This story starts with rain. Cold rain, 2 a.m. rain. The kind that keeps witnesses indoors. On April 17, 2021, a sedan rolled onto the shoulder of Route 44. Engine off, hazards blinking. Driver door open. A trucker called it in. The line was silent at first. Then, the words came through. There's a car. Nobody's moving. Mile marker 82. The town nearest to that cell tower ping was small. Shasta Lake, California. Deputy units arrived in minutes, their blue lights bouncing off the wet asphalt. The car's owner was inside, but she wasn't alive. Her name was Mara Dalton. Mara was 32. A waitress who worked the night shift. She served eggs, black coffee, and short conversations to long-haul drivers. Her job was at the Timberline Diner, a roadside staple with vinyl seats and a humming neon sign. Mara wasn't flashy, but she was memorable. Reglis said she had a habit of finishing people's sentences when she knew them well. She left work that Friday night at 1:38 a.m. We know the exact time because the diner's security cameras logged it. There was no panic in her walk, no phone in her hand, just her canvas tote bag, a ring of keys, and a mint green thermos. Her sedan was practical, a slightly older, always clean, Toyota Corolla from 2015. She drove alone, always alone, until the night she didn't make it home. Mile marker 82 had no gas stations, no houses, no cameras, just road, trees, and an unnerving quiet. The body was in the driver's seat. Seatbelt unbuckled. Her hands were in her lap, and her phone was face down on the passenger seat beside her. But what was missing was her tote bag, her thermos, and her keys. The car showed no signs of a struggle. No glass was broken, no blood spray, no bullets. The death wasn't loud. It was intentional, controlled. The sedan, however, held some odd details. The glove compartment was open, the registration was gone, and a single, folded receipt sat on the dashboard. The receipt was from a store 10 hours south, dated 3 months earlier. Sierra Marque. Why was a random, old receipt displayed like a piece of evidence? At that point, nobody knew. The initial theory from the deputies was a robbery. A woman alone at night, an open door. Missing items. It made sense on the surface. But robberies usually leave clues. This scene only left questions. The coroner later ruled the cause of death as acute asphyxiation. But there were no signs of a physical struggle, no defensive wounds under her nails. She didn't fight back. She was caught. Then, 6 hours later, a second scene emerged. A motel maid cleaning room 7 found something. A canvas tote bag. A mint green thermos inside. A ring of keys at the bottom. They all belonged to Mara Dalton. The motel was 28 miles east of the crime scene, tucked away off a side road, Lakewood Motel Lodge. Room 7 had been checked out at 1:55 a.m. by a man. There was no reservation tied to a credit card. He had paid in cash, and on the guest slip, he wrote the name Mark Tallon. That name was fake. No records, no ID match, but the handwriting on that slip would later match marker writing found inside the victim's glove box. Back in Mara's car, inside the glove compartment, police found a sticky note. It read, "Call ends where breathing begins," and under it, a set of coordinates. Coordinates that matched the exact location of the Lakewood Motor Lodge. The investigation was handed off to a lead detective, a tired by-the-book investigator with a reputation for noticing small deviations. Detective Nora Briggs reviewed the tapes. She built timelines. She interviewed drivers, maids, locals. Most people saw nothing, heard nothing, and remembered only a normal, quiet night. But one driver recalled seeing Mara talking to someone around 12:50 a.m., a man in a dark jacket, sitting alone in a booth. He hadn't ordered any food, just a cup of coffee that was going cold. Detectives reviewed the diner footage again. They enhanced it, zoomed in, slowed it down. The man was there. He never touched the cup. He never lifted it. Never took a single sip. But he spoke to her for 8 minutes and 12 seconds as she was preparing to close. The audio was terrible, but one line was crystal clear, spoken by him. "You don't know the roads know you." The motive appeared deeply personal. Mara's financial records showed no debts, no threats, no open conflicts. But in her apartment, hidden inside a recipe book, detectives found a notebook. It wasn't fancy, just life notes and schedule scribbles. Inside were entries she had never shared at work. Repeated lines. Repeated lines. Almost ritualistic. Route 44 hears more than tires. Motel rooms remember. Knocking is invitation. Detectives began to realize. Mara had met this man before, multiple times. On the road, the case took another bizarre turn. A police badge appeared, pinned to a forest sign in the Mendocino National Forest. The badge belonged to the night clerk from a different motel, one that was part of the same parent company that owned the Timberline Diner. Pinned with the badge was another note. Room 7 wasn't the start. Investigators searched the records for all 9 properties owned by the parent company, Pine Creek Hospitality Group. They found that in 4 of those motels, silent 911 calls had been logged, all between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. All were unanswered, unresolved, and untraceable at the time. Room 7 at the Lakewood Motor Lodge wasn't random. It was part of a pattern, carefully built to look random. And that receipt on the dashboard, it became Detective Briggs' obsession. Old receipts fade into the background noise of life. This one was placed like a signature. CCTV from the Sierra Market was reviewed. It showed a man purchasing black duct tape, latex gloves, disposable masks, and a 6-pack of mint gum. Mara chewed mint gum at work. The man bought mint gum only when he was about to meet targets who associated the scent of mint with comfort. Police matched his walk from the diner footage. Gait analysis software confirmed a similarity. The man on the receipt footage, the stranger from the diner, and the signature on the motel slip were the same individual. But his face, it was never fully visible, not once. Not in any camera angle. The suspect profile began to form. He traveled constantly. He used cash. He left written coordinates. He forced silence, never chaos. He locked rooms from the outside. He left personal notes instead of physical evidence. Unofficially, the police started calling him the breather. The turning point came when police researched Marta's apartment one last time. Tucked under a floorboard by the front door, they found a hidden audio recorder, an older model, a Sony. It had captured audio for exactly 2 hours that night. Most of it was just the sound of rain against the window. Then, at 1:41 a.m., a single sound. Knocking, 3 distinct taps. Evenly spaced. Mara's voice is heard, a barely audible whisper. I know you. Then, silence. The sound of movement. A door opening. A chair scraping across the floor. And then, nothing else. No scream. No struggle. Her death was quiet because he wanted control over the narrative. Not drama. Not speed. Just psychological capture. Detective Briggs mapped all the coordinates found across the notes and tapes. They traced a chilling spiral across the roads of Northern California. The center point? It wasn't a motel. It wasn't a town. It was just a desolate pull-off turnout with no lighting. A spot noted for truckers to nap. Its name was Whisper Point. Police staked it out for 14 nights. On the 15th night, another silent 911 call pinged to Route 44. Just breathing on the line, police rushed to the scene. Mile marker 90 this time. Another car with its door open, but the driver's seat was empty. And on it was a note. If you're hearing this, you're late. Mara Dalton's case is still listed among unsolved cold cases. The official file is named Dalton File 44-821. Her family holds an annual roadside vigil at the diner. The roads remain open. The dispatchia lines remain monitored, and twice a year. Always in March, the silent breathing returns. Not every killer needs a weapon. Some only need silence, timing, and a door that swings outward. If you hear breathing on an empty line, remember, it might not be a caller asking for help. It might be proof that you're being listened to. This was the last stop on Route 44. Lock your doors from the inside tonight.